He was locked and loaded.
Ball lines up, fires.
It was his debut, and he wanted to come out and set the tone.
Ball goes in to the corner, wide open. His ball is 3. Drive it in. Extra one to Ball. He lines up, hoops it to Ball underneath. Ball will try a quick 3, and that's good. He's got an answer.
We were getting what we wanted to see until the very next game. Jello was not starting. And we were all kind of like, really? But I guess it's just the start of the season, so yeah, okay. I'm gonna take you guys back to the feeling we had before this game started. It was so optimistic and hopeful. LiAngelo's warming up, and it's just a good vibe. He went off the first game, so we know this game he's gonna get crazy minutes, and it's gonna be a movie. I spot LeVar before the game, so I go chop it up with him.
Everybody be chopping it up, and they want interviews with y'all. But we homies. We don't need no goddamn interviews. We just sit back and chop it up. You see, I got my man Ball Facts right here. Take your man so let me know his shit.
It's Ball Facts. We in the building, baby. Come on, you see Tina, you see the whole family.
See, you ain't just creeping in and trying to get some content. You down with me, and I'm down with you. Dog. That's how we doing it. Come on, Tina. Joe, tell her. The family's here. You see Joe on the end? Yeah. So, this is how we doing it. They acting like we got a schedule and stuff.
You gotta be here. You gotta be here. The energy is crazy. LiAngelo showed out. The fans are here for him. LeVar, Tina, in the building. You know they support their kids. It's a movie. Man,
I'll tell you this. So any other G League that's playing, and look in the stands and see if it's good. I'm just telling you.
it ain't gonna
Okay, she
never
played the
happen.
other night with Zaire. I think it was 2 people in there.
See
I'm trying to
this?
say, hey, oh, wait a minute.
We not in Greensboro.
What?
We not in Greensboro.
It is what it is, baby.
It is what it is. Hey,
We get that.
thanks.
Hey, much love. Man, Ball Facts, do your thing, man. I'm hollering at you later.
All right, bro.
Okay.
So LiAngelo's second game in the G League, he barely got any playing time. And that was after going crazy in the first game. Now, some people will say he only had 22 points. Why do you call that crazy? Let's bring up some stuff right here. We're going to bring up the box score. We're just going to look at these facts, guys, because he was the player of the game. There was 2. It was JT Thor and it was LiAngelo. Now, JT Thor got 34 points, but he played 36 minutes, as we can see on this screen. He was 14 for 22. That's 63%. So he was 63%, and LiAngelo was 9 for 13, 69%. If you can see down there at the bottom is where LiAngelo is. So other guys, let's look at other guys' minutes. 22 minutes for Sneed, 5 points. 22 minutes for Vernon Carey, 11 points. 24 minutes for Scotty Lewis, 0 points. Do you see that? 0. So we're just going through this to make it perfectly clear what LiAngelo did. Okay, back to it. Now we got Jalen Crutcher, point guard, 35 minutes. Point guard, 35 minutes, 6 points. Kabuka, 30 minutes, 20 points. DJ Carton, 15 points on 22 minutes. So we can see LiAngelo's the second leading scorer, and he by far didn't have the most minutes, only 24 minutes, 9 for 13. So we can look at that and say he was very productive. He came in and he really helped this team, even though they lost. They lost. If you ask me why they lost, I would look on this screen and say, look at these guys with the 36 minutes and the 30 minutes. The most efficient player should be getting the most minutes. That's how we look at that. Now we're going to go to the next game and look at the stat sheet as well, because I've been hearing people talking like LiAngelo only got 7 points. I thought he was doing something. Well, let's get to the facts, because we got to see how he got these 7 points. It's not just 7 points. Okay, let's go to the next one here. Boom. All right. 7 points. And we got 13 minutes. So everybody on the team got more minutes than him, except for one guy who got 7 minutes, who scored 0 points. And what can you say to that? If you don't get in a rhythm, it's easy not to get points if you're not in the game. So we go back to Xavier Sneed. Now, this is the crazy part because in the previous game, you've seen that Xavier Sneed had those minutes. He got the minutes again. How are his points compared? So we got 22 minutes the first game, and he only got 5 points. So they turn around and give him 36 minutes, I think it was, the second game, and he got 11 points. So you're like, okay, JT Thor, they gave him minutes again. But what did he do this game? With 33 minutes, only 7 points. So guys, 2 player of the games last year. I mean, not last year, last game, JT Thor and LiAngelo Ball. JT Thor, they give him around the same amount of minutes. LiAngelo Ball, they cut his minutes in half. And what happens? They both get 7 points. They both get 7 points. Come on now. And even in this game, LiAngelo shot 50%. And if you look at his plus or minus, he's got the highest at 20. 20 right here. That means when he's on the court, he's productive. Very productive. And I want to tell you guys, he was mostly on the court. They put him in very briefly in the first quarter. He got a 3 going. He was giving energy. Look at the first quarter. Greensboro outscored 23-16. Then they put him in the third quarter as well as when he really started. He made 2 layups. Look, 28-23. But what happened in the second quarter? They didn't play him. 24-24. What happened in the fourth quarter? They didn't play him. 31-19. They put him in one possession to be the scapegoat in I think overtime, but they didn't pass to him. And then they did not score in overtime. So that tells you right there, you have a guy who's efficient. Both games, his plus or minus is the highest on the team. And you go from one game where you give him a minimal like 24 minutes, the next game 13 minutes. It absolutely makes no sense. So, the G League is not all that bad. Like, as far as like a place to get opportunity. Many guys have came to the G League and excelled, but they've been given a shot. They've been given a chance. And that's what we need LiAngelo Ball to have. A chance. Just give him a chance. I'm going to pull up some of these guys so we can see. Fred VanVleet, Duncan Robinson. All these guys had a clear shot. Christian Wood. I mean, LiAngelo can still make it from the G League. But we got to that coach, to Greensboro, you guys got to play him. No more of these 20-minute games. Clint Capella, look at all these guys. They have made it. Siakam, we got champions. Devontae Graham. It was giving him minutes over Melo. Rudy Gobert, defensive players of the year. Tons of people came through the NBA G League. Schroeder, yeah, he kind of messed with the back. But these guys came and they were given an opportunity. So all I'm saying to you guys, I'll get the season tickets, but you guys gotta play LiAngelo Ball. If you don't play him, no opportunity, no chance. Even Terry Rozier, look at these guys. The G League is not a bad spot, Chris Middleton. And when you make it to the G League, that's one step away, Dinwiddie, from the NBA. So we can't look at him like he's a scrub because he's in the G League. But Swarm, you make no sense. It didn't make any sense at all. Jordan Clarkson, 6th man of the year. CJ McCollum, he getting the bag out there with Damian Lillard. Derrick Jones Jr., this is Lonzo's teammate. Tons of people in the G League. Hassan Whiteside, I think he was defensive player of the year too, maybe one time. Shake Milton, a lot of people coming from the G League. And now we calling it the G3 League. But they got to give the guy the minutes. I was courtside at the game. And I'm telling you, people were leaving the game. People were complaining the entire game. People had driven over states to get to the game, and they didn't put LiAngelo in. But do not say that LiAngelo campaign, that LiAngelo is trash because he got 7 points in 13 minutes. No, that's great. If you just give him 30 minutes, he can still have a good game. Lou Williams, another 6th man of the year. TJ Warren. The list keeps going on, guys. LiAngelo, look, Morris Brothers, that's the one that got pushed by Joker. Look, a Holiday brother, another brother of a star, somewhat star. They put him in there. Montrezl Harrell, Joe Harris, tons of guys coming out of the G League, and shout out to all these guys for making it to the top or whatever. But we just don't see. Now let's go ahead and do this. Let's do this. Let's compare. Okay, first game, 24 minutes. 9 of 13, 4 of 7. I mean, looks great. Plus or minus 12. The only he had 1 assist. The downside was he had 2 turnovers. So that's not very good. But 22 points overall, a great game. This is the production. This is what you see from a 6th man of the year coming off the bench. And he's not even the 6th guy. They didn't even make him the 6th man off the bench, and he's putting up this type of contribution. Let's go back to it. Now, second game, they cut the minutes in half. They cut him in half. But that does not stop his productivity. It's similar right here. Plus or minus plus 20. When they put him in, they got the lead. When I'm telling you, when Jello got in the game, everything started going better. They started regaining the lead. Everything was fine. It was a close game. And all of a sudden, they sit the guy. It's crazy. 1 rebound, 2 assists. So he got more assists. And he got no turnovers this game. No turnovers. So it's not like you have an excuse to why you took him out. You put him in, and he was just shooting 20%. He was turning the ball over. None of that was happening. So when you don't have that excuse of that happening, it makes no sense. So we're going to give you a pass for 1 game to do something that make completely no sense. And you shouldn't get that pass. And I don't want to be coming on Greensboro and all of a sudden every time you log on to BallFacts, it's just like, I can't stand the coach and blah, blah, blah. Because I don't even like that type of energy. I don't want to do that. But when we see this happen, we got to call it out. This was foul. This didn't make any sense. You better know something that we don't know behind the scenes, but you lost the game and you see the difference maker. Every time you put him in, you have no excuse to say why you didn't play him. Well, the day of the game, that game he was producing, the game before he was producing. So here we go. We got the season going on, and we're going to have to be keeping an eye on this organization, on this coach, because we want them to do the right thing, right? And we want the Charlotte Hornets to get the best they can have. If the G League is where you pull the players up from, and you want them to be the best there, we want to see the best in your G League team on the Swarm, so that when guys go down, when guys get hurt, or when it's not working out, they look down and say, who's producing? Well, if LiAngelo's getting 10 minutes a game, they say, oh, he's only averaging 10 points. They're not going to pull him up. They gotta see something for them to pull him up. So I understand people want to tell us, like, if LiAngelo was good, they would have played him. If he was good, he'd be in the NBA. Well, by watching these last 2 games, that argument is full of hot air. It doesn't stand up. So, they've called us conspiracy theorists concerning LiAngelo. And I would know. I've made more content on LiAngelo while he was 2 years ago, before when they said he wouldn't see the light of day, that he might as well be a model, and he's out here killing in the G League. And ever since then, people were saying it's a dream, it's a fantasy. He's not being put into games because he's not good. Obviously, that is not it. So if they don't start making the right decisions, we're going to have to go to this conspiracy theory talk, is what they call it. But guys, if he doesn't play after producing like this, there's more to it. There's definitely more to it. And I don't even like going that direction. But I just got to hold it down. It is what it is. That's how I feel. When I talk to LiAngelo, he was resting and calm. He's like, they can't hold me back. Nobody can hold me back. Once I get in this game, I'm going to show what I can do. It's only a matter of time. He's not tripping. I'm more so looking at the game and tripping more than him. You know what I mean? He's confident in his ability and what he's going to do, and he's just ready to play. So that leaves me, from the media standpoint, to say, let this brother play. Apply a little bit of pressure. We'll see what happens. But I definitely had to come on here and talk about this, guys. And appreciate everybody for rocking with BallFacts. Go ahead, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. We'll see what happens in this 3rd game. Come back right here. We're going to cover it after the game to see what they did. Check out Jello's stuff. And it is what it is. BallFacts again. Peace.